Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and taking a look at what is amongst the top 50 played decks at the time of recording, the deck with the highest win rate, and that is Ancient Box, which is a very good single prize deck, really the best single prize deck around at 140 HP. Not a bad number. If you attach the tool, you're at 200, so tough to knock out for some matchups. And it does solid damage. Vengeance Fletching starts with 70 for 2 darkness, 10 more for each ancient card in the discard pile. So we have a lot of ancient cards, both trainers and Pokemon, and the damage gets up as well as the game goes on. So we have the potential to one-shot multi-prize Pokemon, and just works out pretty well. So a very good deck, a lot of ancient Pokemon. I'll go into after the gameplay, break down the full 60. Does play Fezandipiti, that makes a lot of these decks better. Radiant Greninja as a support. Another ancient Pokemon, partly to just get in the discard pile. And then, as you'd expect, we play both Professor Sada's Vitality. That's important for powering ourselves up and drawing some cards. Explorer's Guidance, another great, good supporter, an ancient card, and Earthen Vessel, which is just a great card for a lot of decks, and it happens to be an ancient card, so super, super awesome in this deck and allows us to discard as well as get some energies in hand. And a Secret Box is the trainer, because that allows us to discard 3 cards. Very good there. Search your deck for an item, a tool, supporter, and a stadium. All very good things. And this is a PokéStop deck. So we take that risk of PokéStops giving us what we want or taking away from us the things we want as well. It's a risk, but we do need cards in the discard pile, so PokéStop makes a ton of sense in a deck like this. Let's go take a look at the deck in action, and then afterwards, like I said, I will break down the 60 and give my thoughts on maybe some changes as well. All right, see what happens here. I will go second if I can, and I can, so I will. And then we'll see what happens. Do I want to go first? Say no, because I want to go second. I logically, the way my brain processes things, I wish they were giving me the choice, do you want to go first or second? Because that would work. That works better with my brain. Okay, and I can discard the Walking Wake with Earthen Vessel. I can get maybe an energy. I can get rid of Walking Wake with Earthen Vessel. I can get Radiant Greninja into play, discard an energy, because I need to get, besides getting energy in the discard pile, I also have to get Professor Sada's Vitality into hand, so we'll kind of see what happens with this. Chien-Pao, okay, that's a good, it's a multi-prize attacker, which is good for me. I'm probably not going to get the knockout this turn. Cycling Road, okay, interesting there. I don't know that I want to use it, because the deck doesn't play a ton of energies, and at some point I'm going to, actually, well, it depends. No, actually, getting energy, that could be really good, actually. So, because I take it back. It's actually very good. Because I get a second energy in the discard pile. I can get one in the discard pile with Radiant Greninja, one with Cycling Road, which gets me another possibility of seeing Professor Sada's Vitality. Plus, I want 2 energies in the discard pile, ideally, with Sada's Vitality. Then I can power up 2 Pokemon with it. So, okay, so Ultra Ball for Frigibax, that's, they would have preferred like Buddy Poffin or a Nest Ball to do that. But that's okay. They're not going to attack this turn. They're setting up next turn. Survival Brace, which means, what's it? Oh, interesting. But now I'm probably not one-shotting them, right? So that's where this thing isn't bad. Get rid of Walking Wake there. Do I have... Okay. I want to... I guess I'll see what I hit off Radiant Greninja. Just kind of see what am I attacking. With this turn, just attacking some is actually good, because I want him not to be at full HP, and so that's really good for me there. So I'm guaranteed to attack at the moment, right? Let me use Cycling Road. The question becomes, so now I'm committed to the double. Okay, so I need to hit energy here, right? I could Pokégear to thin, but I think I want to just save that a little bit. I missed the energy, which is not a shock. It's unfortunate though. It's very unfortunate. So I want to, at this point, I'll attach my tool. See if they can knock me out. It's possible they missed the knockout. Obviously missing, I just need to give him a poke that turn. That part's unfortunate too. How do I want to work this? I'll slap a tool on him as well and just end turn there. Okay, I could have Pokégeared. Obviously, I could have Nest Balled. Maybe I should have Nest Balled Fezandipiti in play. Actually, yeah, that probably would have been the better play. Assuming they get the knockout. So they have Palkia, which means they can smack me with Radiant Greninja probably. You know, the big thing is I need to, obviously I am, and now even though I can one-shot them, I'm two-shotting them. But because they have the tool, I'm not pressed to get to the 220 damage this turn, right? I just need to hit into them. And that's okay. So I should be able to make the attack this turn. I can get Fezandipiti down, which I think I do, and then I can explore his guidance, which means I just need to get energy in hand because I already have an energy attached to my active and to my bench. So, so they need 6 times. They need 4 energies to discard. So there's a good chance they have it, honestly. But you know, the fact that they need 4, it's work for them. That's the nice thing. It's work, which means the stream attacks isn't the easiest thing. So they're going to have to really, yeah, at least the tool's very good in this matchup, I think. So just, you know, they need to use 4 energies is obviously doable, but they have to keep doing it multiple times. So that's where it's a moderately tanky single prize deck. I want to just make their life difficult in that regard. So let me get down Fezandipiti. Probably want to get more power and more energies going. So let's just see what I hit here. Okay, Flutter Mane, so I can, I'm doing 120 right now. And like I said, I'm not taking the knockout, so this is a bit disappointing, but it's okay. So what do I have in the discard? I just have 1 energy, so I want to get a 2nd energy in the discard pile, that's for sure. So things are going all right there. Okay, that's good. Let's get this guy into play here. So this is good. Okay. How do I want to work this thing? Do 150. I can manage to do a little more too, right? So let me think about that. What do I want to do? Do I want to get down someone else into play? I mean, I think how much are you doing? Oh, actually, let me get rid of this and do this. I'll take out the Excalibur, actually, now that I think about it, right? I think that's a nice play. I should have thought that through slightly differently, but so at this point I do 160, which is exactly what I need to take him out. And so now, whoops. Okay, so it took me a while. Sorry for the slow thinking there. Take out the Excalibur, so they can't knock me out now. Now I'm in a very nice spot. They didn't get another basic in play. The fact that they had to use the Ultra Ball on their first turn limited their bench development. Now they can attack because they do have Palkia. In theory, they could even potentially get the knockout. They can get 4. They need to be in play, not just in hand. So I mean, using the ability, of course, makes a ton of sense. Can I get to the knockout at this point in the game? I don't know. So getting the Frigibax. And if they only have 1 Frigibax, I might just want to boss if I can get it. Don't think I played boss yet, right? So yeah, so I might get boss, dig for boss with Pokégear. So they're gonna boss up what? We'll see what they do. Okay, I have an energy to attach, so that's okay. I can attach, retreat it. I mean, obviously they're just trying to defend themselves. So if I can get a boss here, I'm in awesome shape. So I have boss. That is super awesome. I will attach, will retreat, send him up. Still doing 160, which is more than enough for the Frigibax. I haven't gotten anything actually in the discard pile. I haven't increased my damage this turn, but that's okay. I've stopped. I've taken a second prize, which is good because now I can win with two, you know, because they're a 2-prize attacking deck. So now I can take out the 2-prize attackers. So Palkia, because they're kind of, I mean, look, they can attack with Palkia. I don't think they can get the knockout. I'd have to look. Think through the numbers, right? Palkia, I assume they have the energy in the discard. Oh yeah, they got a lot of energy in the discard pile. A lot. 4 from the attack. So Irida's nice for them. So maybe they'll get Palkia. The V-Star. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus, what, 60, I think it is. So 120. They're close. They're close to getting me there. I think they need one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now they're doing 160. So they need 2 on the bench. And what did they grab with the Irida? They got Rod. Okay, they didn't play like Buddy Poffin, so maybe they're gonna miss it, in which case I'm in amazing shape with this. Now I'm still 2-shotting the Chen Pao. So that's awesome. So I didn't get the knockout, which is just crazy. It really is crazy. So I'm doing 160. I'm not going to get the knockout here. I'm pretty safe bet there. Let's see what I draw here. Thorton. I guess I grabbed Thorton. I don't really want Thorton though, do I? Oh, I didn't even grab the Thorton. I meant to grab the Thorton, but it's okay. I have 1 in the discard pile. I guess I will Sada's Vitality here. Just do that. Just taking it easy. I was supposed to grab the Thornton. That was very poor on my part. I as well power up my next guy here too, right? I don't think I'm going to mill him out, so I don't need to worry about him going. So I hit into them. I will knock them out next turn. They obviously easily one-shot me next turn. They probably want to retreat to the bench, attack with Chen Pao, I'm guessing. Although they lose the 2 energies off of him, right, in the process. They do lose the 2 energies. So we'll see what happens. I played it a little oddly, I think. So they have the knockout here. I get 2 more in the discard pile. I have the easy knockout. I think I want to... Do I want to save the higher HP guy? So he's what, 6? They need what? He needs 3 with him, right? So I think I'll save the higher HP guys. What I'm thinking right now. So I'll draw some cards. See what I hit here. See what I hit. This could shift what I do. So I'm doing 190. That's nice. See what I have. I need to I'll get rid of 3 Pokemon I don't want here. So I can grab Pal Pad, which I think is pretty nice. Grab my Stadium, because I think the boss is still super awesome, right? Boss is awesome. And a Supporter. Just do that. Okay, so I'm in really good shape there, I think. So how much damage I'm doing? 220. I could... yeah, let me do this. Just get rid of some junk here. What do I want in hand? Energy. Counter Catcher. Oh, actually, no. I just grabbed the... I'll take the Rod, I think. Okay, so that's nice. 250. And I will Pal Pad. grab Boss and Sada's there. I think I will just attack at this point. Yeah, I'll just attack at this point. Take 2 prizes. Come on, do the attack. Don't lock up on me. So I do the attack. Yeah, the setup is it's odd. I don't think I'm not liking the setup. I don't think. Obviously I'd have to adjust. If it sounds really good, then I might adjust to it. But yeah, I mean I need to shift around my posture. Anyway, putting me to awkward posture position with this setup, microphone setup. But obviously that can get adjusted. If I had the tool scrapper, lost vacuum, I would win the game. I don't have that. I have Boss and deck. Yeah, so I'm in really good shape here. I don't know if they can even get the knockout here. It's possible they missed the knockout, so which would be crazy good for me. 7, 8, 9. They need a lot of energies. I have the tool, so they need 4 energies to discard. They need a rare candy, a stage 2, and then they need energy recovery in the deck. So, so this is looking pretty good here, I gotta say, as it's going, right? Just kind of slowed them down a lot by taking out the Baxcalibur, the Frigibax. The 200 HP is tough. It's low. It gets one shot, but like for a deck like this, Chien-Pao needs to get rid of 4 energies every time, and that means that's a superior energy retrieval every turn. It's 6, like 4 times. If I have the tool for it, I'll attach 4 times, and that's so Palkia. All right, well that's kind of, if I can hit Boss. I can Boss for game, right? Because I think I'm taking out Palkia. The nice thing is live, it tells me what the damage level is. So I can't counter catcher because I'm ahead in prizes, which is I'm very glad for, and I will, even if they take 2 prizes, this is their best case considering if they one-shot Fezandipiti, it's not guaranteed. All right, so they have energy retrieval, which I'm trying to remember how this turn worked for them. They drew 2. Oh, that's right. They can't get the energies attached, so they're gonna hit into me, not take. Well, okay. What are they gonna do? Take out the Greninja. Just try and take out an engine piece, which I get. I get that. It makes a lot of sense. So I just need to. So I have Boss in deck, right? Boss is in deck, so I just need to get a hit Boss, and I have game. So just need to maximize that. Actually I'm guaranteed Boss. I take them, like the odds of Boss are guaranteed. Pokégear looks to stop 7 cards in deck. I have 7. I draw for turn. I'm down to 6, so I do 240. So it doesn't matter. I play Pokégear, grab the Boss, and the Palk. They were hoping I couldn't get the Boss, right? That was what they were hoping for there. So just take the knockout, and that's game. So deck worked very well there. Like I said, it does very nice damage level. It takes a little bit to get going, but because the single prize deck, like with this game, I was like, okay, I knew it was a multi-prize attacking deck. I could just be like, hey, I can chill. I can fall behind in prizes. It's okay. Actually, I might be getting games confused, but with this game deck, I'm like, okay, just kind of pick off, make their life difficult, and come in the deck, and its strength came through and got the W. All right, just lost a game to Quad Thorns, obviously World Championship deck, and it's a good deck anyway, even aside from that, so I respect the deck. And partly, look, it shuts down my Fezandipiti EX. I do have Flutter Mane, which does allow me to use that as well as Radiant Greninja, but I had to start, I think, Walking Wake, which I didn't want that to happen. That didn't help me either. And then they got Lost City in play for a long time. Am I first or second, by the way? I'm second. Okay. I might be able to attack, so all right. I have Sada's Vitality. I have PokéStop, so we'll see what happens. Mulligan. Ooh, looking at item lock. Okay. And I am grass weak. They don't one-shot me, but okay. I mean, Okay. And Frostlass with... so, okay. Look, I just need to start taking... I just need to set up. I just need to start taking prizes in that... It's a single prize deck. I'm going to be item locked. Look, fortunately, I rely on my supporters a lot. So, if I discard an energy with my PokéStop, then I can attack. And I did. So I think I want to do that. I need to get something else in play though. That I would say that would be the case too. Do I want to start milling at some point with Great Tusk? I just have one in the discard. Oh no, I want the energy to go the active. So I don't need anyone else on the bench. Okay, so I can discard, toss down another Roaring Moon. Just get myself set up for the future. Again, and not playing Pokemon with abilities is going to be good in this matchup as well. Great Tusk actually could end up being pretty good, but I'll just leave it at this for now. Actually, I will toss the tool on the active because I don't want him getting knocked out if possible. I'm doing 120 damage, so not terrible. And that might be enough. I'm trying to remember. They're stage 1 Pokemon, and I'm item locked. So, but as long as they don't knock me out, I'm okay. I Explorer's Guidance. So Monkey Dory, you know, but now they can't attack me. They can't item lock me and get damage out with Monkey Dory, right? They either have to attach the Darkness Energy, and then they can start moving damage, which helps them out every turn, or they attach to Venomoth. So we'll see where they put the energy, and what they need to. That obviously they're going to play Grass and Darkness, right? So they don't want to TM Evolve this turn. I don't have guys with abilities, so right. So they're going to item lock me, so that's okay. I am confused though. That's the other thing. I am confused, and we'll see what I draw. So I'll play Explorer's Guidance. Earthen Vessel is very good. I'm going to be item locked, so I'm not going to worry about Counter Catcher. I don't really think I want. Okay. Whoops. Go back. I want the energy in the discard pile, so I'll just grab the Earthen Vessel, I think. And it's not bad, so I'm now doing, what, 140? I am item locked, so I can't play Secret Box. That part's unfortunate. We'll see what I hit here. I can attack next turn, hopefully. Hopefully. I need to hit heads, right? Coin flip. Unfortunately, this becomes... Oh, wait, I wasn't... Oh, that's right, I'm not confused. I forgot, because I haven't dealt with special... I'm immune to special conditions, right? What is it? And I recover from all special conditions, so I can't be affected. So I can't be poisoned or burned. I forgot about that. It doesn't come in the confusion. So not being confused is huge for this game. So I need to hit energy. So I shouldn't have... maybe I should not have discarded the energy. We'll see what happens. So they're not... Oh, they discarded a switch. So what did they grab there? So they have Lost Vacuum. They can get rid. They can Lost Zone my tool, which is actually really big in this game. Yeah. Oh, they only got 1 energy. They didn't get 2. Interesting. Surprised by that. So they get rid of my tool. I become confused, which is very bad for me. And the tool gets Lost Zone, which means my damage level doesn't increase. So hopefully they can't item. If they can't item lock me, it's really awesome for me. I don't think I want Great Tusk, but maybe. We'll see what happens. I have another tool here, and my opponent concedes. The fact that I was not, I forgot, and it ended up being huge in this matchup. But the fact that it was the tool, right? The Ancient Future, the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule card ended up being the star in that game. So look, you saw me beating an off-meta deck there, and you saw me beating, not the top deck, but in Chen Pao, a good deck, right? How a single prize deck like this does well into that. And leveled up to level 88, got 50 crystals, which is fine. Hey, usually you only get coins, so leveling up bonus was better than average, but obviously this profile level is a pretty meaningless system, and the rewards you get are very small. But anyway, the deck did its thing, so let's take a look, and I'll give a full deck overview next. All right, so the deck did its thing, I think, pretty well, right? It's Ancient Box, which is what Limitless calls it. It's really a Roaring Moon deck, because basically you're attacking with Roaring Moon every turn. Roaring Moon's really good. For 2 energies, 2 darkness energies, Vengeance Fletching does 70 plus 10 more for each ancient card in your discard pile, so a whole lot of ancient cards, but that's okay, because the ancient cards are pretty good. You know, they gave us a pretty good package here. And as a sync, 140 HP is not bad, like I said in the intro, and I think you saw it in the game. But then also the fact that you, with the tool attached, you go to 200 makes it, you know, some things can't one-shot. Even Charizard EX can't one-shot you early game, things like that. When you saw the Chen Pao matchup, they need to get rid of 4 energies and stuff and such. So if Goldingo also has to have 4 energies, right? I believe it's 50 per in that case. So the extra HP is meaningful. So you think that through. You sometimes want to. Well, we'll talk about the items when I get there in a minute. So anyway, really good attacker. 1 copy of Great Tusk. Land Collapse is an option, but also you just need ancient cards to discard, so usually that's why it's there. 4 copies of Flutter Mane. It's a good starter too if you go first. Your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities. The attack it retreats for 1, which is really good too. You generally want Roaring Moon in the active, but if not, Flutter a single retreat cost Pokemon is good, and its ability is good, and the attack is colorless, so we can use it. And you put 2 damage, it does 90, and you put 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like, and that can potentially be meaningful, so keep that in mind as well. And then 3 copies of Walking Wake. We can't attack with it, but it's a single retreat cost, which is why it's Walking Wake is the choice there. And, you know, it's fine. It's just there to discard. That's all it is, really. Radiant Greninja, we don't really have an engine, so it's really good there for us there. And Fezandipiti EX, really, really good for these decks. Now, it's our one multi-prize Pokemon, so, you know, at some point it's going to get knocked out. But if your opponent gusts up your Fezandipiti and you have a Roaring Moon all set to attack, then, you know, usually you're okay with Fezandipiti being knocked out. So just really good in so many decks. Fezandipiti in this deck is no exception. Energy count here, 7 basic darkness energies. This is really what I'm looking at the list, the top competitive list from the online tournaments is what they're playing, and it's a good number. I think 7 is the number. I wouldn't go below 7. I was nervous when I started playing this deck, when I first put this list together, that 7 felt like, am I going to run out of energy? But I will say from my gameplay, 7 is fine. I'm not running out. I have enough energy recovery. And of course, Professor Sada's Vitality tosses it back in play. Plus you have items, so 7's okay. Plus, and with Earthen Vessel, because you play 4 of those, because it's an ancient card and it's really good, getting the energies into hand and on your Pokemon is not a problem. So, I mean, maybe you could go 6 if you go aggressive, but I don't know, I'm really nervous when I just say that. I get a little shiver up my spine when I think of playing only 6. But maybe, you know, maybe that's worth a try. All right, getting Pokemon in play first is always the thing to start with. So 4 Nest Balls, because we got basics. These are not Buddy PAF and searchable because the HP is too high. 2 Ultra Balls gets Pokemon, of course, is good, and it discards cards, which of course is good there as well. Then we play 2 Night Stretchers, which get back Pokemon or energy from the disc pile to hand, really good. 2 copies of that, 1 copy of Rod. For a lot of decks, I'm finding this to be a nice mixture, 2 Night Stretcher, 1 Rod. They both have value, so a lot of decks, I think we're going to be playing a split of Rod and Night Stretcher these days. These other ancient cards, we've got the 4 tools, which is really good. Obviously, we can just discard those with like Ultra Ball or Earthen Vessel to discard, but also the plus 60 HP is good. And as you saw in the Venomoth game, the fact that you're immune to special conditions is good. I had forgotten about it. I know it's the case. I know it's been meaningful in other games in the past too, so I shouldn't have forgotten it, but honestly, most of the time it's not. But when it is meaningful, super good there. But really, the extra HP can be good, can make it so you don't get one shot. Your opponent needs extra resources to get the one shot, which is really good. They might miss it, or they have to dig through their deck more aggressively, which is good. But also we can also just discard it, and also having it attached to your active Pokemon as long as they're not lost vacuuming it, which that makes us sad. Even if our active Pokemon is knocked out, it goes in the discard pile, so it still gives the damage boost the following turn. So just awesome card there. 4 Earthen Vessels, tremendous. And then the Ancient Supporters are both very good. Professor Sada's Vitality is kind of the key to this deck. You choose 2 of your Ancient Pokemon, attach a basic energy from your discard pile to each of them. So ideally you have 2 Roaring Moons in play. We get 1 energy on each of them, and then we can just manually attach 1 for the attack that turn. And then if we do that the following turn, we can play a different supporter like Boss if we want to. Otherwise, you can, if you don't have energy on a bench Pokemon after your active is knocked out, you can always set up with a Sada's Vitality and a single attachment, so you always can attack every turn, which is really, really good. You know that. Since Sada Vitality is such a star on the deck, with 4 Pokégear is in the deck, which makes a ton of sense. But technically, we play PokéStop because we need these ancient cards in the discard pile. So, right, so we're happy to discard some Pokemon and some supporters along the way. But of course, it discards everything. Items go to hand, which is why Pokégear is good, because Pokégear goes into hand, so we can hopefully get the supporter we need, plus getting 1 or 2 ancient cards to up the damage. It's also because of Pokégear is why we need Pokemon and energy recovery as well, because we're discarding energies along the way too. So Pokégear just makes PokéStop, is good. Pokégear, 4 copies. You got to have that, I think, with this deck. And then Explorer's Guidance, also good. 4 copies. We need it for the damage, but if you don't need to accelerate energy for a turn, you look at the top 6 cards in hand, put 2 in your hand, 4 in the discard. It's actually very good. Seeing you don't discard your hand, you're not shrinking your hand, which is good. And you look at 6, 4 of them, you get 2 in your hand, so you're not usually discarding cards that you really regret with it. I like that the mix is pretty good. And of course, 4 in the discard means more damage, and it's Explorer's Guidance and ancient cards, so really good there. 1 copy of Thorton. It just helps possibly with getting a Fezandipiti in play, right? If it's been knocked, opponent targets it, knocks it out. Besides a Night Stretcher to chuck it in play, Thorton can do it. Also, if we have something stuck in the active or whatever, we can just get something out of play, out of the way, if it's troublesome, right? Which I just like. I like it, although I haven't gotten a ton of use. I think early on, when I first tested the deck, I was using Thorton more. I've fallen away from it, so maybe my gameplay, maybe I'm not thinking about it enough, or maybe it's just very niche in its use, in which case, you could try cutting the Thorton for something else. Secret Box is the ace spec in the deck, and I think it's super awesome in this. You discard 3 cards from hand. It's just good, obviously. Discarding, of course, is what the deck's about. And then search for an item, a tool, a supporter, and a stadium. We have all of those, and they're all meaningful in this deck. So Secret Box, super, super awesome. You could, if you wanted to try Unfair Stamp, because it's a single prize deck, your opponent, we're mostly up against multi-prize decks, right? So our opponents have to take a lot of turns knocking us out one by one. So I think Unfair Stamp at some point could be good too, but Secret Box just helps ramp up the damage, helps us set up. So super awesome there. What else do we have? 1 Superior Energy Retrieval as well. Didn't mention that before, but largely because it discards cards from hand. That's really why it's here. Getting an energy in hand at times is important, but it's it's better. The Superior Energy Retrieval, not that we need 4 over regular energy retrieval, but the fact that we discard 2 cards makes it better. 2 Counter Catchers, good card. Honestly, I'm wondering if in 1 boss is what I'll say. So here, as my thought is thinking through the deck, I wonder a second boss and maybe even only 1 Counter Catcher. Counter Catcher is great because with PokéStop it comes into hand. Although honestly, because of the way the prize trades work, you're not behind. I'm finding I'm not behind all the time, or when I am behind, I'm getting rolled over. So I don't know. So Counter Catcher, a lot of times, look, I'm making use of it for 2, so don't get me wrong. And it's an awesome card, and of course you can get it with Secret Box as well as PokéStop. But a second boss, I think, would be good. 1 Pal Pad, in part, makes sense with PokéStop because our supporters are good, and having the ancient supporters in the discard pile is a plus, but at some point we need to reuse, but especially Professor Sada's Vitality, so 1 copy of Pal Pad I think is a must. And I think I hit everything else. Boss, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, Ancient, Booster Energy Capsule. So it plays a lot of 4-ups, which is good, especially in a deck without much of an engine. Look, it's a very good deck. It's not crazy hard to play. Look, it does take some skill. It's as with any deck, as you get better with it, you will get more experience with it, you will get more wins. But look, I like single prize attacking decks, especially single prize attacking decks that can do big damage very good. We can certainly get to the point pretty quickly of one-shotting multi-prize basics, and stage 1's V-Stars, we can get there before the game's done. The stage 2 EXs is tough, but again, hey, if we're two-shotting them, they're one-shotting us. As long as, in theory, as a basic, we're setting up easier than they are with a deck with probably rare candy. It's a deck essentially that can win every matchup. You're in every game with it. It's a lot of fun to play. So take care, have some fun, and play some Pokemon.